Yo, what's up, guys? Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Casting. I'm one of the HCS commentators, and we have another HCS Weekly Report where today we're going to be talking about Rostermania still being here. There was 3 major partnered orgs that dropped their entire roster, presumably to make room for a brand new one, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. We're starting off with YNOT, which we already kind of talked about before, but it's kind of the first domino to fall, if you will. Snipe down to no surprise, going back over to Apex Legends. I guess I don't think anybody was really surprised by that. What we were surprised by, they decided to drop their entire Halo roster. Even their content creator within Lady Akendo, I thought was I'm not even gonna lie to you, she's my favorite streamer. I think she's absolutely hilarious, really good at the game, and I was really surprised to hear that they would drop her along with YNOT, Rain, and Suspector, which I think is a core 3, or at least one of these pieces you can possibly build a roster around. Suspector is absolutely disgusting on the sticks. YNOT just has that big brain that could compete with anybody in the league, really playing the game a lot differently than other organizations do. I think there was at least some pieces there that you could have built around, but United deciding to wipe the slate clean. I wonder if this is the end of all. Like, what if YNOT, Rain, Suspector decide to team with like a McWin or somebody, because we saw McWin actually scrimming with YNOT and Rain. What if they decide to team together and go back under the United banner? What if this really means that just like the contract ended and decided to kind of try out their options kind of thing, and they end up bringing the squad right back in? I wonder if that's a possibility. But either way, United wiping the slate clean. This is one of the teams that I honestly don't know what direction they're gonna go from here. I do have an idea of one of the other rosters, so why don't we jump into that? And we're going to talk about Space Station Gaming. Space Station Gaming went through some ups and downs. They had an amazing roster featuring Collect and Ace. Even Suppressed was on that roster for a little bit of time. Sadly, they weren't able to find the results they were really looking for. Space Station Gaming, I was really high on them. I even had them up there as like one of those like ultimate dark horse teams, like a G1 or a Native Red, but they weren't able to hit their full potential. Eventually, they wiped their roster. They pick up the #1 team in Latin America, who was also rocking gold and black, but under Pittsburgh Knights at the time. They bring them over, sign them for pretty much 1 tournament or maybe 2 tournaments. And I would say SSG, they did damn good at Worlds, considering they didn't have Pelugod, which is one of their best players on the actual roster, and they had to play with their coach. I think they actually played damn good, did Space Station Gaming, but it looks like they're parting ways with them, and SSG are looking for a championship caliber team. And I will say I had a professional player feed me a little bit of intel about one of the moves that SSG were looking to make, which when I heard was crazy, which happened to be about 2 days before they announced, or maybe a few days before they announced this. And I was like, oh, okay, so maybe this is the first domino to fall. And it sounds like SSG are looking to steal away another championship caliber team from another organization. They're looking to snatch them up. I can't go into. I didn't ask that player permission to talk about who it was. So either way, though, SSG, you saw one of the higher ups, one of the higher staff members, talk about them looking to build that championship caliber team. They obviously dropped this roster for a reason. They said they are staying within Halo, so it sounds like all the chips are lining up for them to try to steal a team from another organization. Either way, Space Station Gaming, like I said, dropping #1 team in Latin America. If you're an organization looking for a phenomenal team, hey, you might want to look at this old SSG roster. Let me tell you, Tapping Buns, probably one of the best shock rifle players in the game, probably one of the best players in the game, period. I'm surprised Tapping Buns haven't got snatched up again and brought over to North America like he did back in Halo 5. Another news, Fnatic. Despite Fnatic finally figuring things out over toward the tail end of the season, actually the last tournament of the season at Worlds, where Fnatic had to make it out of the open tournament, and then even make a nasty run over towards that lower bracket. Fnatic were really one of the teams of Worlds. and it was great to watch. These are just great dudes. Septify is a real homie. Joey Hobie or Jazero, great dude. Suppressed is absolutely disgusting, and Arctic really rounded out this team. Arctic is exactly what this team needed, and Fnatic played well. Sadly, they're looking to go a little bit of a different direction. They're wiping out their roster. Even Coach Cobb wasn't able to make it through, and Fnatic looking to go a different direction. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if maybe Fnatic tried to make a run at that Native Red roster. For some reason, I looked at Native Red and looked at Fnatic, and I thought to myself, I was like, wow, this just makes sense. To me, it just feels right. I don't know why. I honestly have no reasoning behind it, but I look at Fnatic, I look at Native Red, I'm like, this just looks like a match that can go together and go together really well. So I wonder if they'll make a run for like a Native Red or a whole nother team. That's what's really exciting about going into season 2, is that season 1 was like the warm up. Now we know who the contenders and who the pretenders are. So going into season 2, we're going to see some of the best. We already saw that competition be as tight as possible. Now we're going to see a lot of these super teams start to form because everyone has Optic in their sightlines. That was the HCS Weekly Report, guys. Rostermania still here. Season 2 right around the corner. I wonder if things are going to if the dominoes are going to start to fall as we go into that Optic land, which I believe is in less than a month right now. If you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. Go on to the Twitch and TikTok, and it's out.